Where I was about to go to next, and that's the reason why I asked the Jacobs question since you brought it up as well. The exclusive contract that Triple G has, is that what's getting in the way of him fighting people like Jacobs in the PBC realm? Because do you really think, mind you, we've seen Wade and Monroe, who are Heyman guys, go to HBO and everything like that. Do you really think Heyman would send his main guys, like he said, the main 160-pounder that they have, Jacobs, to HBO when he could put it on network?
I believe that the fight can be made. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see anything like Adonis Stevenson and Sergey Kovalev again, because Adonis Stevenson can't leave Canada. You see what I'm saying? So the fight has to be made in Canada because of his background and his past, with the pimping and his felony charges. But
visa status.
Visa status. Let's give it that. But I think that fight can be made, but it's going to have to be on Showtime. Like, let's be honest. Showtime definitely has more power right now. You know what I mean? Whether it's the Mike Tyson effect, the Floyd Mayweather effect, I don't know. But I think...
And HBO pulling out a lot of their money.
Yeah. It's funny that he says Showtime has a lot more power. HBO is almost like allowing them and saying, hey,
that's a great
take
point.
all the money, all the riches, all the fighters. We don't want any of it.
You're right.
They're not interested. You know?
And we thought with
they're
the Peter
dumping
Nelson
their girlfriend
move,
boxing.
we thought with the Peter Nelson move, we thought he was going to bring more into it.
Honestly, I was excited when I heard about
He's
Peter
young,
Nelson.
he's a sexy looking guy, no homo, but yeah, but he's more contemporary. He looks like you.
We use the term sexy a little loosely.
Top the buff for Top Rank. We know Aram, God bless his soul, is on his way, sooner or later he will retire.
Yeah.
And Todd DeBuff will take over. And when DeBuff takes over, and he'll make changes, he'll make fights here and there. He won't do just in-house fights. But that's what we thought with Peter Nelson coming in. And now look at what's going on. The budget's being cut. They pulled out of Pacquiao versus Vargas because they put their money into Ward versus Kovalev. Now Pacquiao versus Vargas is going to be a Top Rank only distributed pay-per-view and everything. Well, what do we make of that? Like he said, you're right. It seems like HBO is just allowing it to happen. Showtime may not have the money now because of the fall season to get the Top Rank fighters, but if HBO is pulling out this way, what's to say that Showtime can't fill their calendar next year with Top Rank fighters? Lomachenko, Crawford, Tim Bradley, with PBC guys as well. Not just them fighting PBC guys, but filling the calendar with Lomachenko one week, then the next week you have Adrian Broner, then the next week you have Tim Bradley, then the next week after that you have Danny Garcia, you have all of these guys. Thurman, exactly. They can control it any way they want if HBO is really allowing this. But again, in our minds, you out of all people know this, Fred, how many people have hated on the PBC from the beginning, from the jump.
Yeah.
In our eyes, HBO is the predominant boxing station for us. They were TVKO. They were beyond USA Networks. They were where you wanted to go when you wanted to watch the fight that you wanted to watch. Yeah, Showtime had Tyson. Yeah, Showtime had Trinidad for a bit. But even then, they went to HBO.
Even the presentation is like
the presentation.
HBO.
The broadcasters we could mix in and out. Like I know I loved it when it was Lampley and Bernstein. I know I loved it. I loved it when they had Kellerman doing interviews and Paulie doing interviews. That was perfect. You could interchange those people. But it's just the presentation and the station itself. Does it lose pristine if we lose fighters to HBO and go somewhere else?
I've heard, and these aren't just rumors, I've had a few sources tell me that HBO is no longer interested in boxing, that they're thinking about possibly cutting it out entirely. And to me, that's kind of heartbreaking because, like you said before, HBO, their production is just so much better.
It's cleaner.
It's cleaner. It's so sexy. That's the word of the day. Sexy.
That's the name of the episode. Sexy.
Right, guys, first episode. Sexy. No, but just the presentation is so much more crisp. Like, you could take high definition 1080p Showtime, put it right next to HBO, and even though it's at the same frame rate and everything,
Showtime looks cloudy.
HBO will just look. Is it the lights? What is it? What is it? We don't know, but.
That would be heartbreaking if HBO got rid. I mean, that's honestly the only reason I have HBO. I mean, I watch movies, but Netflix and.
But Netflix and took that over.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's literally the only reason I have HBO.
Apparently, we have a real hard on for HBO.
I watch Game of Thrones. I watch Game of Thrones.
my favorite fight of all time. So you see my.
So when Showtime comes up, does it go limp?
All